You're watching ForTheRide.com. This is Gretchen Kirchmann with Jason Hetland. We are recapping round number 8 of the 2013 Wrangler National Finals Rodeo. Jason, what do you think?
Man, it was a crazy night. I don't care if they say it wasn't the rank pin in the rough stock events, but the numbers and the scores beg to differ. But before we get into that, what is this? It looks like you're going vintage on us.
This is true vintage. This is from the 1950s. It was made for someone to attend the Country Music Awards. And the Cowgirl Historical Foundation kindly blessed me with letting me wear this today. So, it's really neat. This is a Hollywood glitterati look. It's very flamboyant for Western fashions. The women are amazing. They have a calendar. You can go to J.W. Brooks' booth over at the Las Vegas Convention Center over there by the 200s, and you can get one of their calendars. They're sponsored by RFD TV, and the women ride in the Rose Bowl Parade. They're just amazing women. But what's really neat is the same designer that made this made Elvis Presley's gold lame suit.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
And a lot of Dale and Roy.
Wow. So,
Yeah,
a lot of history there.
Yeah, a lot of fun history. So it was really fun to be down here and to be able to get to wear something that actually, has some vintage bling to it.
Awesome. Well, let's get started. Bareback riding. A guy, again, Casey Field, he is on fire. He's catching fire. This guy's won 2 go-rounds, and he cold water by Andrews Rodeo Company, 83.5 tonight.
It's fun to see Casey down here because we didn't see him at the beginning of the week, but it's nice to see these veterans and former world champions putting a little pressure on the other ones.
Yeah, it's going to tighten things up a lot if it keeps flip-flopping. We talk about the Top Gun, it keeps flip-flopping every night.
Well, I saw that Sherry Survey was listed as the Top Gun Award, but then I also saw that Jake Wright was really close with about $87,000.
Yeah,
Can you imagine winning that much money in 8 rounds?
Just put it this way. Jake Wright is under the payout for 1 round win from taking over the Top Gun Award.
Wow. There's 2 more go-rounds to go.
There sure is.
So how are we doing in steer wrestling?
Steer wrestling, Hunter Kier, second go-round win, but he's placed in 5 rounds, so he's having a very consistent NFR, and he was 3-8 today, so pretty fast in the steer wrestling.
Well, that's exciting. So team roping, how are we doing in team roping? We've had some interesting rounds. I had a chance to catch up with Speed William over at the South Point, and he was saying that the steers are significantly larger, and there's only one team roper that's ever seen steers this large, and that's Clay O'Brien Cooper.
Yeah, and the times show it, really. I mean, to be honest with you, team roping 4-2 was won tonight by Colby Lavelle and Martin Lucero. Mm-hmm. And like I said, 4-2. They've placed in 3 rounds, but this is their first go-around win, so hopefully they've got 2 rounds to go to turn things around and make some money and get more gold buckles over at South Point. So,
I'm not even going to say that we're going into this next classic event. It's just called Wright.
That's true.
In Saddlebrook.
Jake Wright, again, there's been 8 rounds of competition this year at the national finals, and Jake Wright has won half of them.
50% of the gold buckles so far given out have gone to Jake Wright.
85.5 aboard Sundance from Flying 5 Rodeo tonight. Fantastic run, and I was joking with him in the interview because a couple nights ago we got bored down in the media room and we actually took a chair and made a tag that said reserved for Jake Wright, and he thought we were kidding. He proved us wrong again tonight.
Oh, my gosh. So kind of a little change up in the barrel racing. We had been seeing Taylor Jacobs down here consistently 4 times. She hit a barrel.
And I believe it was her third one or her second one going into 3, and you could just hear the air deflate out of the media room because she was going for the overall, the world. I mean, she was right in there, and this may have just slipped her down in the average too far to overtake anybody. But Sherry Survey won it with a 13.71.
Sherry's a veteran barrel racer. She's won the world several times. She's also leading the Top Gun standings right now.
She is. But with 2 rounds left, no matter if she can place in both rounds remaining, no matter where she places, she will be only the 5th woman in National Finals Rodeo history to place in all 10 rounds. And the last time it was done was all the way back in 1997 by Christy Peterson.
Oh, on her good horse Bozo. Well,
Yes.
That's exciting to know those little trivia tips. Well, thank you, Jason, for that.
Not a problem.
That leads us right into calf roping. We actually skipped over calf roping. How could we
sure
skip
did.
over calf roping?
Ryan Jarrett, 6.7. Mm-hmm. Awesome run. There's a lot of big calves tonight and a lot of guys, were having some problems flanking them and missing their ropes, and they had to pull their double ropes off their saddle. A lot of weird things tonight in tie-down roping.
But there were a couple of really fast times. So Ryan wins it with a 6.7. Tuff Cooper has a 6.9. Cody Ohl has a 6.9. So they split second and third. And then Trevor Brazil had a 7 second. It's amazing how different go-rounds, different things place.
It is. And you look at the times from the other rounds, like you said, we're high 6, low 7s that can win it. And now it's a 6-7, and you're sitting in 4th place if you're over a 7. Mm-hmm. It's crazy.
All right, so wrap it up with bull riding. I do have to say that 20 years ago, there was that accident in the 8th go-round, with Tuff Hedeman and Ted News that kind of got banged up about. So that was kind of weighing on my mind now. But fast forward to 20 years, how do we do in the bull riding?
It was a rank pin of bucking bulls. I talked to Cody Teal, who won the round. Mm-hmm. And believe it or not, he won a round at the National Finals Rodeo with a 78.5.
A 78.5. That seems like a super low score.
But JK Rodeo, an awesome bull paleface. But the only reason that he got it, number 1 position with a 78.5, if you looked and watched the telecast tonight, remember only 3 bull riders out of the 15 rode.
3 out of 15 rode?
Yes.
Ooh, what's the average race looking like for bull riding?
I haven't even looked at it. They haven't got that out to us yet tonight prior to doing this, but it's going to tighten things up. I know Cody Teal is sitting in number 1. I know J.W. Harris, I think, is sitting in number 1, but Cody Teal is coming up real fast behind him. He's won 2 straight go-rounds, and he's coming on fire at the right time to make a run at that championship.
Okay, so mathematically, are there any events that are cinched?
I honestly don't think so. We're trying to figure that out in the media room tonight, and everything is running so close. It's going to come down to the last performance, I have a feeling, before anything is tied up, other than Trevor Brazil's all around.
Okay, so I do have to tell you this. If you want to know about football, check out the For the Ride videos I did with Court Shear and Cody Ohl and Hunter Kerr. We had a lot of fun. I asked each of them to pick a football team based on their other contestants in the area.
Yeah. And what's your football pick?
Well, I think I'd take the Steer Wrestlers as a really good defensive team, and I'd probably put them against the Saddle Bronc Riders. I think they would give them a run for their money in football.
That's interesting. Yeah, I can see that.
I think we need another little extra thing over at Cowboy Fan Fest. Maybe a flag football or arena football team.
In the arena, that would be fun.
Wouldn't that be fun?
Oh, yes.
Down and dirty over there. This is Gretchen Kirchmann for TheRide.com with Jason Hetland. Thank you so much to Tour Talk Media for producing our show.